Hello, welcome to Christianity Explained. So I was late about sending out the notification about the scheduling. In fact, that's kind of the topic for today. Uh, just to give you a little background, I was getting some comments from some people who are subscribed to my channel, and they were telling me, Barry, we haven't been getting any notification. We didn't know you were even posting videos. Hold on, let me get the chat. And as a result, they didn't know I posted anything, which is unfortunate. Then I found out from my friend, Chris, that others were having the same exact problem. hmm So I decided to take a look at the situation to find out exactly what was going on. Was uh, YouTube really trying to, ooh, gotta go after these quits? Not so fast. Let's check the conspiracy theory at the door, okay, folks? Let's get some facts. There are some problems, yes, but it's not all bad. Now I'm gonna call up and share screen. Let's make sure you're all set up on this side. Good. What you're gonna now, this is if you're wondering, this is an appropriate use for chat. I needed to do some research, and since it had nothing to do with theology or any of the stuff where chat would be questionable, this is more like, please, I need you to go get the facts. What's going on is what's going on with YouTube because uh, people haven't been getting the notification. When I got back was an interesting report, and that's it. Apparently, for the past months or so, YouTube has been working on a new notification system. Apparently, they're getting people who were complaining, saying, hey, we're dealing with notification fatigue. Why? Because they have 50 channels that they're subscribed to, and some, sure, and they're like, why haven't I gotten this? So they're trying to fix things. Well, fortunately, the problem is this. Depending on your niche, you are going to have adverse effect. And since chat is already knows what I'm dealing with, because I too noticed a drop in my subscribers and viewers showing up. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's some stuff that should have gotten more views than it did. I'm like, what's going on here? So that's what we're gonna do. And if you happen to be one of my friends or a fellow Christian YouTuber, you're gonna want to watch this, and perhaps you could apply this to your own audience. So this isn't just for people who subscribe to my channel. Now, I gotta hop over to the other screen so I can see and do this. Now, the question is, why Christian commentary channels are hit harder by YouTube new notification changes. Well, the problem isn't audience loyalty because there are people who regularly do show up, but not in in high frequency. With I have like eight 843, I think it is, subscribers, and it's like for somebody else who is maybe a gaming channel, they have a higher frequency. So that's why I had Chad look into this mess. Here's the report I'm getting. Faith-based channels attract viewers watch specific who watch specific topic, not everything you post. If you watch a Minecraft video channel, uh, kids will watch just about everything you got. In fact, even Paul Schwartz Jr., he does a certain theme, and people watch it. Why? Because it's entertaining. Well, we're not exactly, in Christian content creators, we're not looking to be entertainers, but rather to help you with your Christian walk, to help you to better understand the scripture, or to talk about specific topics. Like I have some friends who do wonderful job with the sermon channel. I'm more teaching, not really the sermons. Others have other areas in the Christian walk. Some, like I know Melissa Doherty uh, and Watson, Christian apologetics. That that's their uh, wheelhouse or warehouse. And that is usually is going to be referring to my stuff and make sense. For instance, they may watch a Bible study video, but skip the YouTube commentaries, or watch the exploring scriptures, but skip the book review. And what's wrong with that, you might ask? Well, the problem isn't you or me. No. YouTube looks at things very differently than we do. YouTube interprets that type of selective viewing as low interest, even when your viewers like you, like the content creator, and trust the teaching, and so, well, what have you. We appreciate, like I do appreciate the Walter Jones insight, even if I don't always agree. But guess what? I don't watch all his stuff. I like a lot of Chris Roseborough teaching, but I don't care for the prophecy bingo. Somebody else is like, what? Barry, are you nuts? And that's fine. But guess what? YouTube says, oh, Barry, because you only watch certain things, you must not be really interested in it, in the content. So guess what? Infrequent viewers, uh, an infrequent viewer. Oh, don't send that person notification. We don't want that viewer who we want to stay on the platform and everything. We want him to enjoy what he actually wants to. But if he doesn't want to do that, don't annoy him. Don't aggravate the poor guy or gal. Yep. And this this and and this, of course, disproportionately affect Christian teachers and commentators. Hmm. Ah. And, yeah, that's because, my dear brother in Christ, you are a regular viewer. And because you consistently show up, YouTube will say, oh, this guy really wants it. Let's make sure he gets that notification. But when somebody who only watch on occasion when I have the time, guess what? It, it's kind of so yeah. And I appreciate the fact that you do show up. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, now but this gets even more interesting than that. Hmm. And YouTube, of course, uh, the next problem that comes up is long form. Christian teaching and commentators and reaction video content are rarely 8 minutes long. That's true. We try. And yes, the average is, not all, average is 20 to 60 minutes. Hey, we try. I try to stay within a reasonable time frame because I know not everyone wants to take the 3 hour tour. And I have a friend who used to do the 3 hour tour, and he uh, making strive. And no, mm, mm, yeah, you can do that. And I'm going to come back to that in a little bit later because this thing gets even more interesting than this. As you can see down here, long-term view means viewers uh, wait until they have time. That's true. YouTube isn't stupid. They know people are gonna wait till they have time. And I'm sure if you talk with them, they say, "Yeah, we understand that," and they don't click on. But the algorithm, the system, basically thrives on a totally different system. It thrives heavily rewards fast click, instant watch time, and high retainment in the first minute. What needs could that possibly be? Oh, well, faith teachers don't operate that way, of course. No, duh. And the notification system, and it built for quick result, fewer notification set. Who that? I wonder what this that could possibly be. You mean those gaming channels, and or perhaps things that they are entertaining, and perhaps even news channels where, ooh, they gotta hear the latest thing that's going on. Tech channel, because if I'm interested in a knowing something about a certain tech, I'm going to spend the time. But they don't spend real long on those things unless it's needed. Now, yep. Yes. Thank you, chat, for having a little more brain than some other people I know. Faith-based commentary or not, and add priority needs. You see, the thing we have to remember is YouTube is a business. And the way the system works is that in order for them to pay the content creators who are on the premium partnership, the YPP program, in order for the YouTube partner program, my apology, that's the top tier. There's a lower tier, which is what I'm actually aiming for. They don't have enough money nowadays to do that. Plus inflation. And the costs to do these things are much higher than they used to be. And guess what? That means some cost cutting has to be taken in. So YouTube has to prioritize where ad revenue goes and everything else. And that's what this high, and this is, it's the thing that I was referring to earlier, only I skipped out the finance, tech, gaming, things that they know are going to draw on these things and have binge behavior, ooh, and repeat. That's why I was hearing reports from YouTube gurus that, oh, get some binge-worthy content, things that are episodic. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to watch it. As much as I like Chris, I don't watch everything. I'm not going to binge watch all that. As much as I like appreciate Rod Saunders, I don't binge watch everything he does. Okay? So why would I expect somebody to do that? So and here's the other reality. Uh, with the problem with the moderate ad rate, that means Christian content creators don't really make all that much money uh, when they do monetize their channel. No, they don't. That's why a lot of them depend on donation. That's why they depend on doing these affiliate programs. That's why they do all that, so that they can pay the bill. Contrary to popular myth, YouTube is actually not free. No, I pay uh, roughly $16 a month on this, and what you're seeing is because I have to use the Restream Studio, you're not going to get a higher quality of video as when I use OBS. OBS can give me high rate, but because of the screen sharing I need to do, I have to do this. And that's why I'm making sure I read aloud to you so you know what the heck this is. That's why some others do this, because it does. That's also why some YouTubers, Christian YouTube, try to be a little entertaining in what they're doing. And because the algorithm like controversy, it's like, ooh, drama, anything. That's why you have some Christian YouTubers doing these things like, oh, let me talk about the big guy over here and complain and make it sound like they're attacking when maybe they're not. Now, I don't have a problem if I needed to critique or say something like I did with to Walter Jones. That was because of what he was saying, and the reality is I tried to be very fair and and reasonable, but I wasn't attacking his character. I tried to avoid that sort of thing. Unless I get really upset or angry, but no. And that's the part of the problem here with this. Now, this gets a little more interesting because I think, hold on. Yeah. This next section has more to do with age demographic. And I guess this is a compliment because the older viewers, those of us who are like 50 and older, it seems that we are smart enough to know, okay, let me turn this off. Quick notification, less often. Basically, what it's saying is all the viewers are too smart. They're not stupid. Yeah, that they are going to have enough sense to say, you know what, I don't want to be bombarded by this stuff. Let me not click on a no. And yes, I have channels that I watch, but I don't have the notification bell on all of them because I'm not going to watch it all that often. And that's the thing. Hmm. And there's also another thing, and like Dan has said earlier, some of the things, and I want to help some of you because not everyone is going to be quite as tech savvy here. But there's something else. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to come back to the issue of Facebook. And that, because that's okay. I'm going to come back to Facebook in a little bit because that's another problem uh, that needs to be addressed. Yep. Oh, good. I'm making good time. All right. For those of you who are wondering and need to know how to fix the problem, I'm going to do another screen share. And, okay. Some of y'all may recognize this channel. It is owned by Todd Friel. He is, well, he used to be like a radio guy, about, based on the style, and he's also a bit of a comedian, as it were, and a solid Reformed Baptist, and I think he said his spiritual gift is to rein in on the parade or something like that. And he is comical. I will give him that. He's a fundamentalist, as some people will call. Now, and here's the other thing. There are times that I've watched his video and he actually like, go Todd! And I am not a Calvinist, but I appreciate my Reformed brothers. Oh, oh, it took you a bit of time to get used to. Uh, oh, you seem to have managed to do with me because I'm also a little on the snarky side myself. Okay, now this is why I came here. I'm going to help. For those of you who don't know how the notification system work, all right, I'm aware that everyone knows to click on this white button that says subscribe. Great. Oops, sorry, wrong side. You already know to hit subscribe. Great. Now, you would think, there it is. You would think the thing is gonna do all. No. You see here, it goes to personalize, where you get to custom. This is where you go if you want to customize it. You need to click on the all thing in order to ensure that YouTube will send you notifications consistently. It's interpreting the initial all as, ooh, this guy wants to get this guy's content. And it will monitor it and say, oh, wait a minute, I thought he liked Todd Field. And that's how it's up. It doesn't know that, yes, I wanted to get notification, but that doesn't mean I'm going to watch everything he pumps out, especially if he does things uh, 3 times a week, because he's always looking, like me, for something to comment on and to give biblical insight uh, into. And there are other things that he tries to do. I should know, could I do some of the same thing? Huh. Now, that's great. Now, the reason I don't worry is because I don't, I'm not just given a home feed on my YouTube studio, on my YouTube page. No, I have a home screen and a subscriber feed. If I click on the subscribe, I'll see Todd along with everybody else I'm interested in. And so I know to look. That's me. But somebody else, they may not think to do that. If you got 50 to 100 that I've heard people have, guess what? You're not going to spend time. And if you got a YouTube news channel like I have with Tim Pool, he got so many news stuff. Yike. And I realize, I get it. But hopefully that's one part. But you understand why I had to go through all that stuff first? Just tie those two things together and you realize what's going on. uh, now, are there some strategy? Yes. That's just one which I did take advantage of. And that was, I went to my YouTube community page and I posted a photo, the thumbnail I was using for this video, with a comment saying, "Hey, this is going to go live at 6 o'clock Eastern." Great. Hopefully, people watch and then. And of course, I understand not everyone's gonna watch it right then. Ah, hi Gary. Welcome aboard. Thanks for taking time to show. I know you're real busy. Mm, yeah, but see, that's what's going on here. Now, it gets a little more interesting than this. Let me go back. Otherwise, you're not going to see. Well, I did talk to, uh, yeah, I understand. Yep. Hey, have fun. I know, have fun. Uh, Hopefully you're aware of the problem with Facebook. I am. I'll put it real simple. Facebook hates it when I say anything about YouTube. And because this stream had to do with YouTube notification, Facebook is having a hissy fit. And even though I didn't say anything to uh, people watching on Facebook, I didn't tell them to hop over here because I know they're not going to do that. Fine. So what if Facebook do? Oh no, I don't want to do that. That's what they're doing. So they screw any Christian YouTuber who are trying to reach an audience and respectfully stream over to Facebook so that viewer can be served. They screw them. They do this with everyone. That's why a lot of content creators are not too thrilled. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the point. And yeah, yeah. So I have to figure out what other ways. In fact, I was even considering maybe a Discord server might help, so people could go and find out and, and that. And I would love to say to others who are on to a couple of the Discord servers, like I'm on one or two, I would love it if they say that. But I didn't want to be presumptuous. Yeah. Uh, and yes, it is true. My views has been dropping because of the changes that's going on with the YouTube side. YouTube doesn't have a problem with uh, reporting because they know that I have to talk to the viewers and let them know, oh, this is what you can do. This is what's happening. So I commend them for at least having some sense. Oh boy. Now, I have to look at the situation myself and start thinking, okay, how can I better serve the community? Because I had some other problems, like the book reviews. Sure, it sounds great, uh, but it takes time for me to read, and some of the stuff that people were saying they like aren't something I can read in real quick order. It takes time. Like I was reading a book that was written by Martin Luther that was the captivity of the Babylonian captivity of the church. which I did not know at first was a very heavy book. I came across that book courtesy of Eddie Hyatt. So when I do finally digest it, I'm going to start off with Eddie Hyatt! I have a word for you. Thanks a lot, bro. And dive in. Uh, so I may have to rethink the scheduling on that. The commentary stuff is easy enough for me to do. Just do a little research like I did with this and that. Bible study, I have to figure out what is going to work best. Uh, like, now somebody might say, why don't you just do, well, fact is, between the views getting torpedoed by the renewing of the notification system and the reality that these historically don't do that well. Guess what? I have to figure out. Okay, yes, that is the one by Martin Luther. Martin Luther wrote uh, the Babylonian captivity of the church. That's the one he wrote. I found out about this book courtesy of Eddie Hyatt, who wrote the Charismatic Church. The Charismatic uh, Luther. And at first I was thinking, clickbait much, Eddie? No, actually, it was intended to get my attention, and he did. And I thought, oh, and I noticed this. He referenced a book I never heard of, and I started to look up. Ah, um, I took one brief whiff, and I had to do a little research, and I found out that I just had to pick a book that was dense theologically. And I'm like, oh, what did I just walk into? All right. Yeah. Well, I'm thankful for the folks that do show up, and I will. And I need to do what I can to fine tune everything. Yeah. All right, folks. Uh, hey, hopefully this helped you uh, with what's going on here, especially if you're a subscriber and know how to fix the problem. I'll try to work on this on but and unfortunately, I know this also affects other people as well, who have their own Christian channel because they're seeing views drop. Oh, I love to hear from you. Please, put a comment, and yes, hit the like button. That still tells the algorithm that, hey, this thing is of interest. Who cares what you think? All right? That tells them. And it also tells them, let me try to put this on the guy's home screen because it shows that he is interested. That's another way to get past the notification system. All right. And of course, my putting, hopefully, people saw it and eventually respond to it. Hmm. Yeah, and I think what I did was probably will help in the long run. I'm gonna have to figure out how I could shrink the photo down because that thumbnail was uh, pretty big. All right, I want to thank you folks for your time. Hope you have a blessed day, and see ya when I see you.